Hi, this is Red Team, and this is our final pitch for PNP5. We are working on a 3D top-down action adventure game, and to make it kind of feel a little unique compared to other ones, we really want to focus on the stealth skills in our game. We still want to have combat, but we want to make it uh, not the main emphasis of this game. And by doing that, we think we will have different unique levels and layouts and obstacles for the players to kind of interact with while playing the game. So, what are the main actions of the player? They have the ability to use a whip. They have a magic ability. They have melee. They also have an invisibility timer, and they also have a time reversal. To go into the gameplay of how those will all work together, the whip would be the main functionality of the game. That includes moving objects, opening chests, like that kind of stuff, and that would allow the player to kind of solve puzzles around the world while also using stealth and invisibility to kind of sneak around enemies if wanting to. But that's where you have magic and you have the melee weapons because you can kind of use those to go after the enemies if the player chooses to. We kind of want that to be up to the player whether or not they want to stealth through things or if they want to go out on full out attack. But that's also if they do something where they didn't want to attack an enemy and now they're in combat, they can use a time reversal and bring themselves back to a previous state where the enemy hadn't seen them. It's kind of a safety net, and those things are set on timers so the players aren't able to spam those abilities. So going back to the decision thing I mentioned before, we do want decisions in the game, whether it be who you're attacking or who you're not attacking, but we also want it in the puzzles to make the puzzles feel special and unique so that when players beat them, there's not just one way. There might be a few ways to solve a puzzle, and it kind of lets the player feel maybe a little smarter. Maybe that they're smarter than the game if they figure out a weird way to solve the puzzle. So the ultimate goal of the game, we want you to beat the game first of all. We want you to level up your stats and abilities. We want you to collect rare items so you can defeat higher level monsters to get better items. But we also want optional bonus objectives, kind of take you out of your comfort zone in the way you're playing the game, and uh, allow you to kind of experience something different in the game while you're replaying levels. So when you're going through the levels, kind of what are you dealing with? You'll be dealing with enemies, whether they're basic or advanced type. We also have boss fights and environmental hazards, like spike pits or fire or stuff like that, that can also harm the enemy. And by using all your abilities, you can either take out or kind of sneak by all of these different types of encounters. So some games that kind of influenced us were Kamiko, Hyper Light Drifter, the Diablo series, Lego Indiana Jones, and games like Legend of Zelda and Deus Ex. So, risks to making this type of game, we know that the mechanics aren't connected with each other. You kind of have to make them that way. We know that developing a time manipulation in a short period could be bad, and we need to be willing to scrap it if necessary. We don't want the levels to feel too different from each other, and we also want to make sure that setups are not only used once and then replaced with new ones immediately, so the player never feels like they're learning in our game. And that is our pitch for PNP5. Those are our sources, and that is the end of our video.